3 consecutive victories for the Toronto Raptors for the first time this season. They've won 3 straight, albeit the opponents, they're not really the greatest. But you know what? Who cares? The fellas have won 3 straight games with the 124-114 win today and are now 19-23 on the season. Was it a pretty effort? Not at times. But, again, you found the way to win. The offense flying. Siakam was phenomenal. I thought Scottie was incredible today. We love to see the aggressiveness from Scottie, and I thought he was really aggressive today, plus his passing was just on point left and right, and really decisive passes leading to really good shots. I loved his game today, and you got some bench scoring. No starters played 38 minutes. It was nice, and they had some energy in the end of the game. That's the difference between what your bench... it's incredible what having a bench actually does to your team. When you have a bench, you don't have to play your dudes 41 minutes and have them absolutely gassed by the final 2 or 3 minutes of the game where you stink and can't make a shot and lose. When you play these guys 37-38 and you run them out there for the final 6 or 7 minutes of the game when they've only played 30 minutes to that point, they're refreshed. They're ready to go out there and finish the game strong, and they did that again today. Really good job, and it's so nice just having the bench unit do something. Isn't it ever, eh? All right. First quarter, great. I thought defensively they were locked in early on, causing havoc in the passing lanes, as they always do, and they were making shots. The threes were raining down early. They did kind of struggle later on in the game, but they had the threes draining early on. They dropped 38 in the first quarter. They only allowed 29. You're up by 9 after 1 quarter of play. A really good start. We go to the second quarter, same sort of thing, right? The offense still cooking. You scored 31 more. You're buzzing. You've scored 69 points. Hello. You scored 69 there. You scored 72 in the last game against Charlotte. The offense is feeling great. Heading into halftime, you only allowed 26 in the second quarter. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are up by 14 at the break. They're just feeling really good about themselves right now heading into halftime. But where's that third quarter, slouch where they don't get their legs going early? And they didn't. Yeah, he struggled a little bit in that third quarter defensively. A lot of breakdowns, right? They were making a lot of shots, and they score 33. We scored 28. You're -5 there. You're still up by 9 going in the fourth quarter, though. You still feel pretty good about it heading into the fourth. You just got to lock in defensively, as we've seen in games past, right? The game against was a Portland, where the Raptors, when they needed to lock down late in the fourth, they were able to do so, and they did that again tonight. At one point, they had it down to like a 5-point game, and things were getting a little hairy. One play I want to talk about with about 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And LaMelo Ball has the ball behind the 3-point line. Pascal, oh my gosh, I'm going to go run through the whole roster before I get it right. Scottie Barnes, he was obviously guarding him initially, comes up behind the 3-point line. PJ Washington sets the screen. Pascal switches onto him, but right as Pascal switches onto him, LaMelo Ball decides, I'm going to fire it in the post for Plumlee, who's basically right inside the circle, right underneath the bucket. So, it should be an easy 2. OG sees this play happening, and before the ball is even thrown, he knows exactly where LaMelo Ball is firing this ball. No, so many balls going around here. And the pass comes in, and OG, doing what OG does, gets in the passing lanes, gets the ball, and a nice little, gets up in the air a little bit, bounce pass to Pascal, and he throws it down for the one-handed jam. And just a really nice play from OG for the Raptors in the dying 3 minutes. Again, when you have the energy late, the effort is there, and you don't have to think too much. And when your mind is fresh, good things happen. It does so much. And I know it's only like a 4-minute gap, right? 37 minutes to 41 minutes. We're like, oh, what's the difference? It's immense. It really is. Especially for these guys who over the last year and a half have played an absorbent amount of minutes. So to see that happen today, in the last few games, where they haven't had to, and they've won games, it's nice to watch. It really is. And obviously, like we talked about, man, Fred, he only made, 1 3 today. When did that happen? When you were only up by 5. With a minute and a half, couple minutes to go. Gets the ball in the corner. drills the three to put the Raptors up by 8 and pretty much seal the deal. It's back-to-back games where he's hit the dagger. And he only took 2 threes today, did Fred. He only took 8 shots. What does that remind you of, Raptor fans? It reminds you of the first, 10 games that start the season, 10, 15? Where the Raptors were, limiting Fred's on-ball stuff, shooting, right? He wasn't using up his energy immensely, right? And the shooting numbers, he wasn't shooting volume-wise, not as much as he usually does, but he was doing so many things to help the team win, and they were battling with these great teams. They were beating Cleveland. They were fighting hard. They were like a game or two over 500 in that stretch against teams that are all playoff teams. And it shows you why. So really nice night. Let's get to the player stats. Pascal, easily the MVP in today's game. 35 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, 11 of 13 from the field, 10 of 12 from the free throw line, took 3 threes, made 3 threes. He was outstanding. Gary Trent, the shot struggled for him today, but again, the fact that he's been so good recently, I'm okay with him just continuing to shoot. You just got to keep shooting, big fella. 19 points, 1 board, 1 dime. Shot 6 of 20 from the field. So again, quite ugly, but I like the aggressiveness, and I want him to continue to do so. 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 2 of 12 from 3. But he did have 2 steals. I thought defensively, he was attacking those passing lanes, man. I thought he was really scrappy on the defensive end today. OG. I showed you his clip for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. He was outstanding. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Did shoot 6 of 15 and 3 of 8 from 3, but I want to say all 3 threes were in the first quarter or first half. I could be wrong about that, but it felt like it watching the game. And he had 4 steals and a block. OG. Doing OG things. Fred VanVleet, at least his stat line ain't sexy. But if you watch the game, you know the impact he made. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists for him. 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, and 1 of 2 from 3. You notice the volume numbers are down, but what are the percentages saying? Well, 50% from the field, perfect from the free throw line, 50% from 3. Again, very minimal numbers, but I'm okay with that. And he gave you 2 steals as well. Because then he can put his effort somewhere else. Or he can have his effort through all 48 minutes. Or I guess all 37 in this case. So I thought he played a good game. And Scotty Barnes. I mean, not that I was going into him yesterday, but I'd love to see in the last game, because obviously being there, I want to see him shoot the ball a little bit. But I thought tonight he was phenomenal. I thought he was attacking a lot more. And when he wasn't, his passes looked decisive. He knew exactly where guys were. He knew exactly where he wanted to pass the ball. And they were right in shooting pockets. They were right in perfect spots. I thought Scotty played a phenomenal game today. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. And in the early goings of this game, what did we see? We saw Scotty and Fred with the pick and roll. And a lot of times, the pick and roll doesn't get used. Like they set it up, right? They get the screen, they both roll, and they kick it out somewhere else. But no. I saw at least 2 or 3 times, where Scotty and Fred are rolling, and Fred finds Scotty and he slams it home. Great job, just doing different things, keeping the offense on their toe, or the defense on their toes. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 8 of 14 from the field for Scotty. 5 of 6 from the free throw line, did not attempt a 3. He had 2 blocks, and this is what I love. He did not turn the ball over 1 time in the game. 21, 8, and 9, 8 of 14, 5 of 6 from the line, 2 blocks, not a single turnover, and plus 15. Probably one of the better games we've seen of Scotty this season, if not the best game we've seen from Scotty this year. Really good effort from him. Precious Achiuwa led the bench in scoring. He had 10 in the game, 10 points, couple rebounds, 4 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from the line, 1 of 3 from 3, and had 5 steals. Precious had 5 steals in this game. I thought he was just all over the place defensively, just causing all kinds of havoc. And that's what that bench unit is going to do. And they're going to put Gary out there with Juancho, Precious, Malachi, and Christian Coloco. That's not really much shooting other than Gary. So what they're going to do is just make everything go nuts. What I mean by that is they're going to shoot, they're going to miss, but they're all going to crash the glass and cause mayhem. Chris Boucher, excuse me. Who did I say? I think, well, either way, bottom line, I thought there was just a lot of fun to watch, watching those guys out there and balling. Again, what do we get from the bench tonight? We talked about Precious. Malachi, 13 minutes. He did not, he took one shot. It was a 3. He missed it, had a steal. It was a +5 on the floor. Wancho played 12 minutes. He was a +4. Chris Boucher, 10 minutes, had 5 points. Him and Wancho had 5 points each, and they were both +4s in the game. Christian Koloko played 6 minutes. He was an even player. Your bench did not hurt you in this game today, and they haven't recently. The question is, against better opponents, against a Milwaukee, who you play in a couple games. Right? I think you have the Hawks here, and then you go to MSG. Hold on, let me check that real quick. You go to MSG, or do they come here again? No, you go to MSG on Monday at 3 o'clock. What the hell? What's Monday, January 16th? I'm going to feel like an idiot when someone tells me, oh, it's this. Either way, 3 o'clock game there between the Raptors and Knicks. And then on a back-to-back, you head to Milwaukee. Those are some crucial contests. Then you go play Minnesota, right? There's some road games. Then you come home to play Boston. So there's a stretch coming up where this bench unit is going to get tested. And honestly, it starts in your next game against the Atlanta Hawks. Yes, they're not great, but let's be honest, they're a lot better than the Hornets. So we'll see what happens, all right? What do we got here team stats-wise? They shot 53% from the field and 39% from 3. Again, it's still pretty good, right? They still shot the ball well for a team who's not a very good offensive squad. So if you're looking at on the defensive side of the ball, you allowed 114 in this game, and you allowed 120 in the last game. Not great. I mean, look, we're winning games, which is nice, but defensively, you got to be better if you want to beat these other teams that you're going to be facing in the near future. So, just got to put that out there. So they were 70% from the free throw line. Raptors shot 51% from the field and 34% from 3. Definitely struggled in the second half shooting threes. Only made 10 in the game. 78% from the free throw line. But the reason the Raptors won this game, and it's their method for winning, is turning the ball over. Charlotte turned the ball over 22 times tonight, leading to 26 points. Raptors turned the ball over 9 times, leading to only 10 points. They dominated that part, and the Hornets never led in this game. So the Raptors really had control of it for the most part of the game. They never led, did Charlotte? So they had control, and they finished off. So a good win, but you move on to the next one. Still a long road to go if this team wants to get back into contention. All right, and get out of the play-in. Let's be honest, they're technically not even in the play-in yet. They're tied with Chicago, so you're still not where you want to be. But if they want to put themselves back into contention, you got to take it day by day, game by game, and go out there and win. So the next time they have an opportunity to do so is on Saturday night as they host the Atlanta Hawks in the final game of the homestand, as they look to go 4-2 on the homestand. 7:30 tip-off there against Trae Young and the Hawks. What do they got for injuries? But real quick before I wrap this thing up. Only Clint Capella right now. Is he out long-term or something? Won't play against Indiana, so it's just out. So he might play Saturday. Again, I don't know how serious it is for Clint Capella. But either way, most of their guys are in for the Atlanta Hawks. So let's see what the Raptors can do. A better squad than the Charlotte Hornets. So we'll see what happens there. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the ball game today, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like or what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? The Twitter and Instagram links are down in the description. So follow up, send me a dim to that great stuff. The Instagram, or no, I already said that. The Discord link. I talk too fast sometimes. I get a little excited. The Discord link is down in the description as well. So guys, follow up the Discord. It's a lot of fun. Guys, stay active. And I will talk to you guys the Leafs edition on Saturday night as well, as they are in Boston taking on the Celtics. I'm thinking basketball. The Bruins. 7 o'clock puck drop there between the Leafs and the Bruins. And as for the Raptors, they're back in action on Saturday as well. 7:30 tip-off at Scotiabank Arena between the Raptors and the Hawks, as the Raptors look to win 4 straight games for the first time this year. They've already done 3 games for the first time this year. Can they continue to build, or are they going to fall back? We shall see on Saturday night, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the W this evening. We'll talk to you guys then.